With Mario Day being today, I figured why don't we look at some of his partners from the N64 era of Paper Mario and rank them in my opinion from worst to best. Now remember, this is my own personal ranking, so if you disagree with my choices then you can tell me where you would rank them down in the comments. Also, since I had a short amount of time, I'm only going to do the N64 game. So if you would like a version with the 1000-Year Door characters, then maybe if this video does well, I will make one specifically for those partners. Now then, climb aboard and let's see where these partners are ranked. Starting off at the bottom of the list in the number 8 spot, we have Lakilester, a Lakitu that tries to act cool with such poor abilities. This guy joins Mario on his venture after you fight him, so I guess that's cool. He has 2 attacks that involve throwing Spinies. The first being Spiny Flip has him toss a Spiny Shell at an enemy, while Spiny Surge throws a bunch at all enemies, which is great for the amount of coverage it does in a turn. Cloud 9 gives Mario a cloud that raises his evasion. That sounds great and all, but Close Call, Pretty Lucky, and Lucky Day badges all do the same. Though if you don't want to waste the BP, you can use this. Hurricane, which allows him to blow enemies off the battlefield, though you don't get star points for it, but it could be helpful in a pinch should you choose to use it. For my number 7 spot, we have Goombario, a Goomba Mario gets on his adventure. I wonder how he feels about that given his past. As the first partner we get, he offers the simple things: a head bonk that targets a single enemy, Tattle, a more interesting move which gives him a brief description of the enemy and their stats, though if you have the Peekaboo badge, you get the HP info. The charge move powers up his attack for a harder hit, while multi-bonk lets you bounce on a single foe multiple times until you miss an action command, which can be great if you are good at timing it, but if the enemy has a defense, it's useless after the second hit. I would have listed him higher since his Tattle ability gives you the lore, which is something I love. At number 6, we have Kooper, the turtle in a half shell rocking a bandana. He can bring some interesting moves. His shell toss hits one enemy, which is a common thing for all first attacks, while his power shell hits all ground enemies. His Dizzy Shell hits all ground enemies while also having a chance to apply the Dizzy effect, which makes this a nice move for 1 extra FP than Power Shell. Then we have Fire Shell, his strongest move that not only kills dry bones in one hit, but also does extra damage to ice enemies. The only downside I have with Kooper is that he can't hit enemies in the air, or else he would make for a way better partner. Next, at number 5, we have Lady Bo, a boo with a lot of sass and power to back it up. This spooky lady is not afraid to go face to face and bring the pain. With Smack, Bo will smack the opponent 4 to 6 times depending on her rank. Out of Sight makes both of them invulnerable for a turn, but she loses her next turn. Book has a chance to scare away the enemies, though again, no star points if they run away. And Fan Smack is a much stronger version of Smack, where she smacks the enemy with her fan doing 2 to 10 damage for the cost of 5 FP. The only thing keeping her from being higher would be that with Smack, an enemy has defense, her Smack attack does nothing. Now we are getting into some interesting territories with number 4. Bombette, a pink bomb with explosive attitude. I just love the way her fuse looks like a ponytail or a braid. With her Body Slam ability, she hits one enemy like most attacks, while Bomb does the same as Body Slam but does way more damage with an explosive effect. Power Bomb damages all ground enemies, while Mega Bomb hits all enemies on the field. One of the greatest things about her is that you can use her Overword ability to basically get a free bomb use without the cost of FP. When it comes to spread damage, Bombette is one of the best to do it, though with the downside these cost 6 FP for Power Bomb and 8 for Mega. Number 3, the party member awarded the bronze medal is Parakarry, a male Parakoopa that tags along with Mario on his adventure. Well, once you collect the medal he lost. Now that I think about it, if Mario reads it, is that considered medal fraud? Skydive allows him to kick one enemy in the air or ground with the advantage of being able to hit the enemies on the ceiling. Shell Shot has him going into a shell and rocketing towards an enemy. With Airlift, you have a chance to remove an enemy from the battlefield, though this doesn't work well if the enemy has spikes or is on fire. Air Raid is awesome with his ability to rocket across the screen, dealing damage to all enemies while also ignoring defense. The only gripe I have with Parakarry is that Airlift being limited and it doesn't give you any star points if it works. It seems to be a running thing with the abilities if you get rid of the enemies. Now before we get to the last members of the party, I would like to give a special shout out to the people that joined the channel's membership: Kylie, Tacho, and Awesome Peter TV. If you would like to help support the channel like these awesome people, why not join the membership as well? I got some fun things for you all, and you get the awesome Pasta Pounds badge. If you would rather not, just liking and subscribing is cool too. You won't be able to get this awesome Pasta Pound badge to use in the comments. Taking home the silver is Sushie. This babysitter to the Yoshi's kids has some pretty impressive moves. Belly Flop is an attack where Sushie flops on one enemy, Support is a water type move that shoots one enemy and does extra damage to fire enemies. Water Block gives Mario +1 in defense temporarily, while last we have Tidal Wave, which is considered the most powerful move in the game. It has the ability to take out all enemies on the screen. Though, if you're playing on Virtual Console, it does lag a bit, though the ability does cover everything you need really. You may be a cheap, but you would be in a world of hurt if you take her cheaply. See what I did there? Now taking home the GOAT, and personally my favorite is... Wait, what's that? I forgot one. Who? Wink? You mean a little star? He barely even counts as a star spirit. I don't care if you need him to beat the game. Fine. When I do the star spirits, he will go in there. But he does not belong in this list. Sorry about that. Anyways, last and personally my favorite is Bot. This bolt of electricity with a pacifier can do some shockingly good damage, and it's extremely useful with her FP. Electro Dash attacks one enemy with an electric shock, and as a bonus, it ignores the enemy's defense. Power Shock, which can temporarily paralyze a single enemy. Turbo Charge charges up Mario's attack, and Mega Shock hit all enemies and has a chance to paralyze them as well. Like seriously, how awesome are these moves? Hits for pure damage and can stop enemies. These types of moves, there's a reason she's my top pick. Now, here you all have your own personal picks, who belongs where, but you can always tell me who is placed in your ranking down in the comments section. My name is Rygas, and as always folks, keep on gaming.